Welcome back to Swat&Vee Immigration News. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about the protesters press Congress for paths to citizenship as Democrats plan hits on obstacles. Let's get into the video. This was finally a moment of hope for Pavel Mina, an undocumented immigrant who have been living in the United States for 6 years. He saw Democrat leaders pushing to insert sweeping immigration provisions in their $3.5 trillion budget package and believed the long-awaited promise of a pathway to citizenship for millions of undocumented immigrants in the United States would finally happen. But on Sunday, the Senate parliamentarian, evaluating whether the immigration measure was significantly budget-related for a package, Democrats want to pass in a process called reconciliation to avoid GOP filibuster, advised against it, ruling that it was not appropriate for inclusion. Mina disagreed with that assessment. He said he pays taxes with an IRS-issued Individual Taxpayer Identification Number (ITIN) because he is unable to receive a Social Security number, and he has continued to work in construction during the pandemic as an essential worker, doing waterproofing. On Tuesday, Mina stood in front of a crowd of thousands of immigrants and supporters from across the country in Washington to push back, demanding that Congress include pathway to citizenship in the budget package and emphasizing the crucial role of immigrants in the U.S. economy. "We are contributing to the economy and we already approve it," said Mina, 40, of Reisterstown, MD, Maryland, who is the sole provider for his pregnant wife, children aged 15, 9, and 19 months, and mother-in-law. "We are valuable here to pay taxes. We are valuable here to help build the economy, and they even call us essential." Democrats plan to create a pathway to legal residency and then U.S. citizenship for as many as 8 million of the 11 million undocumented immigrants in the country by including the measure in their budget reconciliation package, because it requires only a simple majority to pass, allowing them to push it through without Republican support. However, parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonald, a nonpartisan arbiter of the Senate rules, said that granting legal residency to millions of immigrants would be a tremendous, enduring policy change that dwarfs its budgetary impact. Republican applauds the decision, while Senate Democrats and immigrant advocates said that they would keep pushing immigration reform in the budget plan and explore alternative proposals. Demonstrators called out the parliamentarian ruling significantly in speeches and signs during the Welcome Back Congress March for Citizenship, Care and Climate rally. They also pressed Congress to pass ambitious climate legislation and support caregivers like domestic workers, arguing these issues disproportionately affect communities of color. Protesters included immigrants with temporary protected status, deferred action for childhood arrivals or DACA recipients, and people who are undocumented, all demanding that the modern administration and congressional Democrats deliver on a pathway to citizenship. They marched from Benjamin Park by the Potomac River to the headquarters of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and finally to the Capitol Reflecting Pool. Outside ICE headquarters on Tuesday afternoon, someone in the crowd began playing Spanish or Portuguese song Danza Kuduro, and Maria Anna, 57, started to move. She banged on a pot with a drumstick to the beat. A crowd formed a circle around their mother of four from Annandale, Virginia, and cheered as she danced in front of the headquarters of the agency that has deported many undocumented immigrants. Balanos, who is from El Salvador, wore a t-shirt that read CASA, a Latino and immigrant organization that was one of many behind the march, as well as the phrase "Si puede Spanish for years we can," after dancing in the streets in the nation's capital on Tuesday. Bolanos said she felt happy and powerful. For 4 years under the Trump administration, Luis Aguilera, Virginia director for CASA, said immigrants felt like enemies of the country. President Donald Trump tried to wall off the United States with physical barricades across borderlands and directives that separated migrant children from parents. The government, Aguilera said, did as much as possible to remove and silence immigrants. As at least now, Ariela said, under the Biden administration, he feels the community can protest for a potential solution. He said a pathway to citizenship should be included in the budget reconciliation package because of the ways immigrants contribute to the nation's economy, and he rejected that parliamentarian ruling. If our future here have no economic impact, then we should not be taxed, Agrella said. It's another signaling that this population is invisible to this society. Shema Brooklyn's neighborhood and in migrant communities across the US hope that the Senate Majority Leader can deliver immigration reform. Mariel Chavalin suit, an indigenous Mayan woman from Guatemala and mother of four, sat on the grass. Speakers took the stage outside the capital. The 47-year-old told of her own journey to seek asylum in the United States, how it started with ICE detention, a missed court date she never knew she had, an ankle monitor, and the threat of deportation, before she was finally given sanctuary at Wesley Memorial United Methodist Church in Charlottesville on September 30, 2018. She doesn't want leaders to forget about the undocumented immigrants who sheltered in sanctuary churches for years under Trump, like she did, and hoped they pass legislation to provide a pathway to citizenship for everyone. I don't want anyone else to go through the injustice that I went through, she said. Minutes later, Senate Majority Leader Charles E. Schumer spoke to the crowd outside the Capitol and promised to keep fighting for a pathway to citizenship. As he left, protesters chanted, "Do your job, do your job." A majority of Americans, 69%, believe there should be a way for undocumented immigrants to stay in the United States if they meet the requirements, according to Maypill's Research Center poll. There is a partisan split. The poll shows with 86% of Democrats in support, but just 48% of Republicans. Although McDonald, the parliamentarian, ruled against including against measures in the budget package, Representative Alhan Omar said at the rally that Schumer and White House can disregard the advice of the parliamentarian, and they must. This is our once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do the right thing and create an immigration system that brings humanity to the forefront, Omar said. Hopefully, the details and information presented in this video is helpful. Please share this information with family and friends who may need it. You can also help us spread the message by sharing it on all social media. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit on the notification bell for more immigration updates. Bye!